Yo, Dreads Congo. I'm here for another Eleceed discussion. This is obviously the next day, but I have the part two because there's a lot of comments on the last video, or on the last videos. There's always comments. So I'm gonna do another discussion. I already set my timer because listen, you know what it is. You know what it is. So we're gonna go to the comment section, and there's a few comments from Madlibs, and the rest is all Zaith. So I'm gonna hang out with Zaith at Madlibs for a bit, and I also got a notification from Madlibs that the chapter came out, but it's not out on Manganilo. So tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm probably gonna do it tomorrow, obviously, because tomorrow's the last day I have that's available for me to do shit, and then the rest of the week I'm gone, right? So I'll do it tomorrow. But I also have the PowerPoint. It's like fuck, right? So I'll do my best to just keep going through it. I have a lot on my hands, and we already know that. So let's get straight to the comments. This is 5 days ago. Madlibs. On what video? This is entering the top 50. Madlibs. This will probably be an outrageously unpopular opinion, but I dislike that Curtin and Pluton have essentially replaced the original group of friends. Oh. Ay, 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 ay. You are correct. Oh boy. Oh boy. Honestly, I didn't even catch that until you said it. Like, holy fuck. Holy fuck. Because we don't care about them anymore. We care about the top 50 and the top 100. His friends are too weak. They're too weak. Honestly, on one breath, you're like, damn it. Was it a missed opportunity for the author to not make Jiwoo's friends part of the training or the Kaden training regime, right? Because the way I see it, if the author had used more of a Demon Slayer approach to the story and made Woo In, Subin, and Jisuk part of the Kaden, I don't want to give them Kaden's force control because that's too much, obviously. But if you have him there as part of the training, then there's always something to measure up against, and you can use each other to increase your strength. The same way we did it in Demon Slayer with fucking Inosuke, fucking Tanjiro, and the other guy, the fucking Usopp. You feel what I'm saying? So it could work. It could have worked, but they didn't do that. Instead, they replaced them completely, bro. It's like, god damn. God damn, you're absolutely right, bro. You just hit me in the face with that one. I enjoyed this series a lot more when they were growing and struggling together. Oh. Holy fuck. I'm just trying to think of how the series was. When Jiwoo had his friends over, they would share meals and talk, right? Kaden would stay in cat form, and Jisuk would like give him yogurt tubes, right? How would that dynamic work now when you got Curtin in there and you got, right? Potentially Gastella too. Like, ooh. But I wouldn't say I enjoyed the story more, personally, because it's always been centered around Kaden, or I guess Kaden and Jiwoo. So that ooey gooey feeling was always centered around those two. You know what I mean? So, ooh, Madlibs. To me, Eleceed was more compelling then. They've been almost completely sidelined. They off-screen Song Gix fighting, something everyone wanted to see. The plot Yo, I'm not feeling the best, but I still want to have fun with you guys. You know what I mean? I still want to have fun. Mind you, I've spent a lot of time making these videos this week. I've already spent 3 hours yesterday. Today it's gonna be 2 hours. So every minute counts, but you also just gotta have fun. You just also gotta have fun. The song Gig Fight is not part of the Jiwoo Friends. So he's just throwing that in there because I feel it. I feel it, yo. Hey, I wanted to see the song Gig Fight, so it's all good. The plot has sort of just slacked off into this person targets Kaden, and by proxy, Jiwoo is involved. Now, Jiwoo has declared for like the 5th time that he wants to get stronger. So you'd think we would get a training arc or time skip or some sort of. God damn, Mad Libs. This is a heavy one. Again, I feel like we might have missed an opportunity with Jiwoo's friends, because that's kind of how you rinse and repeat. Everyone has a different writing style. In One Piece, we get to the arc, we get to the island, the crew gets separated. It's always the same shit, right? With this story, it's we got a new villain, Kaden is the center of it, people want, you know what I mean? And Jiwoo gets involved. So everyone has a different writing style. Demon Slayer, different arc, different person dies. So look, man, it is what it is. With this one, if they had involved Jiwoo's friends and had them here, you wouldn't feel that way, because the danger would be spread out. We would get different fighting areas. We would get more fighting scenes, right? But bro, we would get more fighting scenes. You feel what I'm saying? But we only focus on Kaden. We only focus on Jiwoo. Like, so it just narrows the story down, and clearly you can tell, and it's frustrating because I feel exactly what you're saying. The time skip part, we've wanted a time skip, but isn't it better that they're getting the fighting in real time, that the training in real time? Granted, we don't know how much time's passed between the fight between Kaden and Andre and right now, because Pluton is clearly here now training Jiwoo. But the training happening in real time is not a bad thing either. And the only thing that's shitty, bro, is if Jisuk, Woo-in, and Subin are able to keep up with Jiwoo, because they also went through their own training off screen. So that would be shitty because it would compare their training style to Kaden's, in the sense that Jiwoo got this strong and so did they. Do you see what I mean? And that would be shitty. That'd be shitty, right? The way that these three come back in the story and the level of power they have will matter a lot. It will matter a lot. I know we put a lot of emphasis on the fact that they're going away to train, to just train, but I think that if they get just as powerful as Jiwoo, then clearly it'll show that there's other methods to get strong, just like Kaden does and has to this point, and other people are using it. Do you see what I mean? So again, it might have been a missed opportunity, but if we do it right, it'll come back and tie in properly, especially with the off-screen power-ups, because that shit usually is cringe, because in Tower of God, it's cringe as fuck. Nah, they're going to send the challenger request out right away to top 100 ranked top 10 disciples. If there isn't a substantial training arc after one of them accepts, it's just going to be cheap thrills of Jiwoo fighting with the Peanut Gallery trio, just sitting in animal form in the background, making silly faces and obvious comments. Oh my god. Mad Libs, please. Mad Libs. Calm down, bro. God damn, calm down. Oh, fuck me. So basically what you're saying is, if Jiwoo gets on a fighting spree, on a streak, it'll get boring. Is that what you're saying? Is we're gonna get bored of the I just bit my tongue. We're gonna get bored of the Jiwoo bandwagon because it'll be basically rinse and repeat the entire time. It'll be Jiwoo meets a new opponent, Jiwoo defeats them. Woo, Jiwoo! Jiwoo meets another opponent, Jiwoo defeats them. Hooray! Jiwoo's even stronger, right? So when you put it like that, it makes you want to focus on different parts of world building because, again, the story is solely based on Kaden and Jiwoo, as we can tell. You know, they're making it so narrow that people like you that predict the story forward are like, bro, this is dumb, right? But if we focus on other aspects of world building, it's actually going to tie it in a bit better because every time we come back to Jiwoo, we're looking forward to different places that Jiwoo could potentially go and fight new people, right? So if they tie that in together, it'll be a bit better than just what we did recently with Troy, right? Because the Troy shit came out of nowhere. Obviously, you know it's going to happen again with potentially Jisuk in the future. And obviously top 10 members, top 100 members, because, you know, it's the same old story. But how we do it matters. How we do it matters a lot. The major flaw with this series is that the author has severely narrowed, right? Here we go. Narrowed, and that's what I mean. And limited the scope of the plot by having the main character of the series be consistently surrounded by the plot armor in the form of the strongest character in the relative universe, Kaden, and in addition, 2 top 20s. The series is struggling along solely on comic relief of their animal forms without investing in any meaningful world building or development of relationship and characters like they did before. Bro, Mad Libs, man. These top 10s have little motivations and aspirations other than either keeping the status quo or Caden's challenging them. Any motivation they do have are very shallow, surface level. So Mad Libs is kind of riding the scope that we just spoke about. World building. We need more world building. So if we get that, then all right, cool. We're going to be fed and satisfied and we can shut the fuck up, right? Yes, the story is narrowed. The author did narrow the shit out of it. Focusing on other relationships and other parts of the story is important. That's the reason why I think we have Gastella coming in there for Kaden specifically. And we also have a bit of Jiwoo and Nuna, right? We also have a bit of right? There's tension all across the board, right? There's definitely relationships being built all over the place, but I know what you're saying. So unless we get that world building, and yes. This is what my thought. The top 10 not having any motivation. You're right. Especially with Supri and Schroeder, what we saw with them not moving when Andre was trying to do shit with Greg and Myro. So yes, they have no motivation, and that's the reason why, too, the world building would help. In the sense that, bro, we need a villain that is actually going to be the main villain of the story. So we've already theory-crafted the Forced Awakeners Association, because if we start to focus on them and bring them into the story, then we have reasons for people like Curtin and Curtin and Pluton and Gastella to be actually fighting, because they're going to be fighting Seraphims, basically. You know what I mean? So there's gonna be reason to power scale them, and that'll be dope as fuck, right? So I don't think the author has fucked up yet because there's so much potential in different ways that he's already sprinkled to us. So let's see what he does. Let's really see what he does. And again, the reason I'm so critical is, in my eyes, when the series started, it seemed to have so much more potential, so much depth, but the author failed to expand on opportunities at every turn to provide a richer and more detailed story with a more satisfying plot. So, again, instead of being critical, let's look at the facts, right? All the plot points that the author has introduced could still be expanded on. So it's not a complete waste yet, right? But the idea is we're just jumping around in power scale, and we're only focusing on top 100 and top 50s and top 10s. While in reality, the whole world revolves around everything else also. So in a way, you can argue that Jiwoo being in the top 100, he's going to be here for a bit, and it's actually going to have his friends, the next generation kids, catch up to him, right? So there's a lot of different ways to do the plot progression on different parts. But I feel like the main concern is just how we do the power scale, how we do Jiwoo's friends coming back into the story, how we do the next generation kids, how we do potentially the villain of the story. So all these different new plot points that are to be introduced will matter how they're done because of what's already been told. Because I already spoke about Gastella coming in there. I'm like, what was the point of Gastella? She hasn't, like, next to just being a thought, she hasn't done anything. You feel what I'm saying? Bro, she hasn't done anything. You see, so what happened with Greg, right? So again, there's definitely opportunities that the author quote unquote missed, but maybe because he introduced these plot points, he can actually expand on them in the future and they'll look better, right? So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So that was Mad Libs, and we just went hard for 20 minutes, me and Mad Libs. Before I read another Mad Libs comment, I'm going to read a Zaith comment. This is from Zaith. I'll probably jump back and forth with Zaith and Mad Libs because it's fun. The fight between Jiwoo and Gyeong Seok was definitely not a low diff. It was a mid diff. And here's why. Low diff means defeating your opponent without sustaining any injuries. Yeah, I guess. Because of that fist at the end. If you beat your opponent without taking any damage, then that's a low diff at minimum. It could even be a no diff. Huh? Did you say low? Low diff at minimum. It could even be a no diff or a negative diff, obviously. But in the fight between Jiwoo and Gyeong Seok, it was a mid because Jiwoo won, but his fist was bleeding. That's a significant injury. His whole wrist was covered in blood, and you could clearly see it. So Jiwoo versus Gyeong Seok was a mid diff. This highlights just how strong Gyeong Seok really is. He's no joke. Did he go all out though? Because the idea is that they threw their all in that last exchange. But it's like, did he actually go all out? Doesn't he have a transformation? Like, I don't think he's a joke at all. There's a reason why he was considered the most powerful rookie in Korea before Jiwoo showed up. By the way, what the fuck is that? By the way, what the fuck is that? I've already told you that Gyeong Seok is stronger than any rookies in Korea excluding Jiwoo, and he's stronger than Jiwoo. Started in chapter 150 and 205. He is the strongest among the four in Korea with Jisuk, Subin, and Seshon. Really? Really? Like, even Duke doesn't count? The traitor? Really? Gyeongso currently is the number 2 strongest rookie in the country after Jiwoo. It's confirmed after it's confirmed again, chapter 105, 205. It's not speculation. Gyeongsuk under. Wait, well, hold on. It's not speculation. Gyeongsuk over Jisuk. First of all, thank you for confirming that, Safe. Because I honestly thought he was like the 3rd. I thought there was Duke. There was obviously Jisuk. But good to know. Good to know. I didn't know Troy was him. You know what I mean? I did not know. Back to Mad Libs. Oh, this is a long one from Mad Libs. I'll read a short one from Mad Libs instead. This is the time I could comment here because my YouTube has many problems. Like, I couldn't send my opinions here. I got deleted automatically after I refreshed, which could successfully added to comments. I just had to use my browser to go here in comment. I don't know if it's my app. YouTube has problems. Oh, so you commented the previous comment and it deleted it. Huh, that's interesting. Let's go back and refresh this again, and this time read a Zaith comment. Zaith, 3 days ago, discussion part 8. Oh shit, I wonder what he's gonna hit me with. Let me clarify something regarding spatial isolation and Caden's territory expansion. We need to understand that the two are independent. Well, I know that. Meaning one does not need the other to exist. What? No. Caden's spatial isolation is his domain expansion, because in the spatial isolation is where he's able to enhance his ability. So having them exist separately wouldn't make any sense. So I'm going to read on, but no. They are unrelated. Once again, in other words, Caden's territory expansion is not tied to a spatial... I don't know, man. No. Spatial isolation simply refers to protect the inhabitants of the real world from the impact of the awakened powers. Caden's territory expansion, on the other hand, is used to amplify, amplifies and is his own technique. It's unique and separate ability. I don't think so, Zaith. I don't think so. Oh, here we go. Proof of this can be found in chapter 274, where Caden used his territory expansion without relying on his spatial... 274? The spatial isolation used in that instant was Astra's, not Caden's. Therefore, Caden did not need his spatial isolation to use his territory expansion. No, Zaith. No. Caden's spatial domain expansion can only work in a spatial isolation, whether it be Astra's spatial isolation or his own. He needs a spatial isolation to use his domain expansion. So, no. I don't agree. No. Territory expansion does not require spatial isolation to be used. It's a separate and distinct technique. The two are not connected and are independent of one another. One does not need the other to exist. End of discussion. No. Okay? No. No. All right, next comment. Mad Libs. I'll read the long comment. No, I'll read the short one for Mad Libs. Here we go, short one. I chose the short one again. Oh, shit. Dreads. You know, I can feel the vibe of Jiwoo going to get stronger to protect his country and to challenge the top 100 disciples as an unordinary webtoon where those kids are fighting against government authorities like Amber organization, which is their dark forces On the surface of the government, I can really feel it. Haha. It's not the same. It's not the same. Madlibs, it's not the same at all. Because, yo, look, listen. In Unordinary, there's no world ranking, right? You could be powerful enough and have a nice ability, but if people find out about it, then the government has already recruited you. So these kids fighting against world authorities, because they're still kids, they're never going to be taken that seriously. I mean, John is a special case because his ability of copy is kind of crazy, but power levels are pretty much the same in Unordinary. There's no people that are like all 10s. Like if you're a 10, bro, like you're basically like OD. You see what I'm saying? So there's not a lot of 10s in Unordinary. There really isn't. Because if there was, then there'd be people wouldn't really fuck with you, right? And it feels like the scope of Unordinary is on a global scale, on a crazier level. Like, again, I don't like doing serious comparisons because in this case, I don't think it's the same at all. But Jiwoo getting stronger to protect his country, for him, it means that if he gets strong enough, like in the top 10s or even 50s, people don't want to fuck with them. So it's not quite the same, but I feel you. I feel you 100%. Top 10 disciple. No, I feel you. I feel what you're saying. Zaith. I'll read one from Zaith. So you said that the powers of Schroeder, the top 10 of Frame, weren't confirmed, meaning you've never seen them. But let me tell you something. You just forgot once again. I forgot, but it's okay. I'll repeat it for you. We know Veramonte's power, the shadow ability. We know it through his disciple, his grandson, Ian Patrick. We saw what it looked like. Well, for Schroeder, his power is exactly the same. We've seen it through his disciple, Royst. Schroeder's disciple, Royst. In chapter 221, Royce fights against Dark, and we clearly see the ability that and power of Schroeder. Well, after the latest chapters of knowing that an apprentice and a master always have the same ability, then I completely agree with you, Zaith. I completely agree with you. But as officially seeing Schroeder use his ability, then no, we haven't seen it. Because obviously we're just correlating the two, but we haven't actually seen Schroeder use his ability, right? We actually haven't. You just need to check chapter 221 to see what his power looks like. Once again, that's his disciple's power. So the power of his master, Schroeder, the top 10. He must be 1,000 times more impressive or something like that. Take it with a grain of salt. So Schroeder's power is indeed confirmed in the story. It's just that you forgot. I agree, it's confirmed, but we haven't seen him do it, right? Again, the reason it's confirmed is because of the recent chapters with Greg and Moshos and No Name, right? We know because they literally had their motherfucking master's ability, which makes you wonder, is Moshos, is No Name an apprentice to Myro and to Greg, or are they just subordinates? Because if that's the same, then the idea would be subordinates don't get the master's power. Only apprentices do, right? So it makes you think. It makes you think. It makes you think. That was Zaith. Let's go back to Madlips. Madlips. This is probably the last one from Madlips because the rest are all Zaith. I think Gastella is going to take up a more permanent residence in Korea, with Kaden giving her permission to come and go whenever she wants to. I'm quite sure that could happen. Well, Curtin is here and he hasn't left, so it doesn't need to happen We just need to have a good enough front that Gastella can leave and go as she wants. That's basically it. I can also see her teaching Jiwoo as well, and she might take Curtin's role as the mom in the group, and Curtin might move to be an uncle with Pluton. Oh my god. Or maybe Gastella and Curtin might end up sharing one brain cell because they agree on how reckless Kaden and Jiwoo are. It's kind of annoying already that Curtin stayed and Pluton joined them. They both took on an animal form. It's already kind of annoying. Do we need it to happen for Gastella? Obviously, the author is gonna probably push it because we've been theorizing it for a minute now. It's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb because now we got 3 animals all dick riding Jiwoo with the exact same comments. So I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I just don't know if I like it. I can also see that house getting targeted and destroyed, and everyone has to move somewhere else. I think Astella is going to help out with that because maybe she can use a smoke screen to hide her presence and her domain. This will make it safer for everyone else for the time being. That's a crazy theory because it's essentially when you're in cat or dog form, nobody can detect your energy. So these people that are going to come out of nowhere and attack Jiwoo's house and destroy it would have to be people that we've already seen in the past because nobody else knows where Jiwoo lives except for maybe the clan brothers, right? Maybe. So I don't see that. I just don't see it. And Gastella using a smoke screen like some sort of ninja, like, I don't know if I like that either. We'll see. Theory number 1, Gastella is going to move in. Theory number 2, she's going to become some sort of mentor or oldest sister figure to Jiwoo or to Ji Young. Theory number 3, she's going to help Jiwoo with his power and might even give him some of her force control. Theory number 4, the house is going to get destroyed and Gastella is going to help them relocate. Theory number 1 is shitty. It's shitty. Because Gastella moving in just adds another animal and it's rinse and repeat and it's trash. I don't like theory number 1. Theory number 2 is true because the longer she stays and the more she interacts with Nuna, the more that's probably going to be, right? Because don't forget what Blues said. Gastella doesn't have the same influence as the other top 10s. So in a way, Gastella could potentially be the leader of Korea, right? She could potentially even take that role. So that could be a thing. That's my theory. Theory number 3, I like half of it because the second part of her giving Jiwoo force control is trash. Because, bro, please, we don't need another force control to Jiwoo. Because, bro, please, let's not do that. It's going to ruin the story. Theory number 4 of their house being destroyed, I just explained. There's nobody that knows where they live, really. And because they maintain animal form, they're invisible. So, again, we will see about that. Oh, what's this? 32 minutes ago, underrated channel. Yo, who said that? Yo, actually, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for coming out and putting that comment in the comment section. and giving me energy, because I even get nervous. Bro, do I want this channel to blow up? Don't I already have a lot of shit on my hands already? Like, so let's just have fun with it. Let's have fun together. Let's just enjoy the content, because, bro, it is what it is. Let me just respond to this man. Yo, respect. Okay, so Madlibs has commented a few times. Okay, so the rest of the comments are all Zaith. So from the rest of this point of the video, it's just me and Zaith hanging out. So I'm going to be chilling with my boy Zaith, and we're going to have some fun for the next, how long do I have on my timer? 34 minutes. 34 minutes. I really hope to be caught up on the comments, but you never know. Zaith sometimes goes way too hard, and I'm not going to let him, because we're going to go together. No homo. That's funny as fuck. Okay, so it's important to understand one thing, one key thing. The global ranking is unique, while the national ranking, meaning each country in the world has its own ranking of awakened individuals, varies depending on the country's power. For example, if Korea's potential were fully revealed, in my opinion, it would rank at least in the top 15 or even higher among the most powerful countries in the world. Okay, so I don't know if the author is going to do that, Zaith. I don't think the author is going to do that. We really want to see other shit that's going on in the world, but it's always going to be Korea focused. So I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I'd say Korea would be in the top 10 because of Ji Young, who has the potential to be a top 10. Oh my God. You can't just fucking do shit on potential alone, bro. You can't do that on potential alone. But hey, potential, right? Potential. What's crucial to understand is the national ranking system. Every country has its own national ranking, whether it's Korea, France, Switzerland, Belgium, Brazil, or an African country. That would be amazing to see. Like, you just went from Europe to America. Like, Brazil, like Belgium, Switzerland. You just bounced all over the world. You should have put Canada in there. And the levels of individuals ranked globally differ from country to country. For instance, the top 20 in Korea could be equivalent to the world top 100, and possibly the Korean top 5 or 6 could be at least top 50 level. Just the Korean one, not the Switzerland one or the motherfucking Brazil one, right? Just the Korean one, because we're putting so much emphasis on Korea, right? Right? Goddamn. Now, there are countries considered strong despite having only one world ranker. As I mentioned, as soon as your country has even one person in the world top 100, it's considered a strong country. There are countries with only one top 100 individuals, or where the number one ranked person in the country has a top 100 or is a top 100. In such countries, their national top 20 would compare to the top 100 in the world rank. In the top 100, it would rank lower. So the top 20 of each country varies. In top 10 most powerful countries, for example, the national top 20 might be equivalent to the world's top 50, while the national top 1 would logically align with the world's top 10. Meanwhile, the top 50 national is such a powerful country and could still match the world's top 100 level, as this would be an extremely strong nation. So a lot of that is just power scaling, but the truth is Korea is different. And because we don't know about other countries, we're speculating. You see what I mean? The national ranking applies to every country, but there's no standardized threshold. Like saying the top 20 of every country is the same. For instance, the top 20 in one country might align with the global top 100, like in Korea, while in more powerful nations like the United States or France. Why'd you put the United States or United States? Fucking America, man. Fucking America. Their top 20 national could match the world's top 50. These countries inevitably have individuals in the top 10, meaning their national number one must also be in the top 10. So we're ranking countries' rankings based on world powers, which also could be speculation, because Korea is a superpower. Like, it is in the real world. It's a superpower. So, woo! Again, there's a lot of power scale speculation there, but I get exactly what Zaith is saying. The fact that each country has its own ranking was confirmed in chapter 170, when Caden and Curtin explained that the number one ranked individual in any country is always at risk if they aren't strong enough. That's because everyone in a country targets the number one ranked individual, especially if they're weak. Taking down a country's number one ranked individual is not just a way to cripple the nation, but also a way to gain renown. Being able to say, I defeated a country's number one, brings immense fame. So this goes along the lines of what you said earlier, Zaith, that Korea hit its power for specific reasons. And if they had put themselves on blast, they'd be at risk for this reason. Maybe. This confirms that every country has a number one, meaning every country has a national ranking. Since there are about 195 countries in the world, there are also 195 national rankings. However, the global ranking is unique and mixed, representing the best individuals worldwide. Essentially, the top 100 spread across the entire planet. Okay, so we're speculating that the author is going to use the exact same format as the countries in our world, right? If he does, then wonderful. But if he doesn't, then it's like, right? What countries are you going to use? Are you going to, right? Because we're still waiting for the global reveal. We really don't know much about the global reveal. So until then, it's kind of left in the open, because I want to see a global ranking. I really do. This is from discussion part 8. Zaith. And what you're saying is wrong, because regarding Greg's statement about the space that Caden created, you can't say that what he says is true because he knows absolute nothing about it. Just like Astra in chapter 274, or Muraz, or even Curtin. No one understood what was happening. They don't understand what Caden did. Greg too. It's something new. It's the first time he's seen it. So he can't just say that it's a simple space and all. So on this topic, this is a top 10 that you're talking about that you think overlooked Caden's spatial isolation. Again, this is probably regarding the previous statement you said about how spatial isolation has nothing to do with Caden's domain expansion. And I disagreed to hell. about that. So let's keep going. So on this topic, no one is in a better position to speak than Caden himself. And the fact that you say yes, but it still comes from a top 10 doesn't mean anything at all. Oh, come on. Come on, man. Astra saw the situation and didn't understand it. I mean, even though he's a top 10, so that argument isn't valid. Greg just saw that Caden created a space within the spatial isolation. He saw that with that, Caden became stronger. So he concluded that it played a role. That's it. Again, spatial isolation and Caden's territory expansion are the same things. One doesn't need the other to exist. Okay, so clearly there's a typo there, because Zaith is meaning to say they're not the same thing. And I think they're not, but they need one another to work. So this clearly shows that these two techniques are independent. Spatial isolation and Caden's territory expansion are not the same thing, because this clearly shows that these two techniques are independent, period. Disagree again. I disagree. So I personally think they need one another to work. So it is what it is. Zaith again. Once again, you're wrong. Andre's method wasn't different. It's just that in his first appearance in Korea in chapter 309, towards the end, we saw his first panel on a building. We didn't see him move or teleport. Well, we didn't see him teleport at all. He was just there on the building, releasing his energy, and in no case was it teleportation. So what you're saying is Andre was waiting for them? He was just waiting for them there. But how did he get there? Because Andre is not from Korea. So he just flew there and then the other guys showed up way later? I don't know, Zaith. I don't know. No. Case was a top 10. It was simply fast movements while flying. And once again, this is proven because this type of movement was done in chapter 214 when he was heading back to his base with his right-hand man. And you can't deny that. Oh, shit. Finally, I don't understand how you have doubts about this even when it was clearly shown to us. You can check it yourself at the end of chapter 309. The first panel we see of him is on a building, releasing his energy. There is absolutely no mention of teleportation or anything like that. The author just skipped the scene and directly showed him on the building. But before that, he was moving quickly and flying. It's not teleportation, end of story. The only thing that makes your argument valid, Zaith, is the fact that you mentioned earlier that he was flying with his subordinate. But again, because he was flying with his subordinate, it could bring up the fact that, well, he can't teleport more than one person. Then you're like, well, he was on top of the building with Muraz. So clearly, he and Muraz got there. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's about the only thing that kind of backs your argument. But that's about it. That's about it. This is from entering the top 100 from Zaith. 2807. So no, clearly not. In fact, this is where the question of the stratosophic level difference comes into play again. Jiwoo, even if he defeats several top 100, will only become strong enough to enter the top 50. If he challenges someone in that category, Jiwoo can defeat as many disciples of the top 10 as he wants. But that won't allow him to enter the top 50. To join the top 50, he must face and defeat someone who is already ranked there. Only then can he move up the ranks. But the disciples of the top 10 are far too weak compared to those in the top 50. Well, I guess that's probably why he's training with the top 50 in Pluton and obviously Curtin. So in a way, we kind of are already overlooking the top 100 for Jiwoo. So the idea for Jiwoo is to have him matched up against Nuna. That's how I feel. So if we get a time skip, it'll be because Jiwoo is in the top 50. I'm just saying. You see, it's like this. He can beat as many of them as he wants, but unless he defeats someone ranked in the top 50, he won't qualify for it. The gap between a disciple of the top 10 and a member of the top 50 is simply too vast. Sure, Jiwoo can become very strong by fighting multiple top 100 fighters, but the challenge they provide isn't on the same level as a top 50 opponent. It's like math. You can practice exercise at X level and over. You can do as many as you like, but if you encounter an exercise that's 5x harder, like 5 times more difficult, you won't be able to solve it just by repeating X level exercises. You will need intermediate and proper training to bridge the gap. So, no, it's not enough. I agree. Jiwoo training with Jiwoo training with the top 50 is obviously going to gap his power, and if the author throws a time skip on top of that, it's over. It's over, bro. I'm just saying. Zaith again. So this next comment by Zaith might be my last one. Oh shit, I'm so close to catching up. But Zaith threw me another comment. I'm just gonna speed read this one. I really want to catch up so I can do the PowerPoint. So I'm gonna speed read through this comment because I got about 18 minutes. Oh, actually, I got a lot of time. So let me maybe chill. Okay, Zaith. What you need to understand is that this is from entering the top one. What you need to understand is that a portion of force control is a specific power among many others. Dozens, maybe hundreds. A portion. We don't know. For instance, Curtin gave a part of his angelic force control. How do you know it's angelic, nigga? Damn, because the angelic one is the one that heals? Maybe? Now, within his angelic force control, Curtin has 3 major powers that we've seen. So 3. Self-healing. This allows him to heal himself. Healing others. This is a separate power that lets him heal other people. Right. Actually, I think I remember he even said, you'll be able to heal yourself, but not others. Offensive abilities. Curtin can use his angelic powers offensively, as seen in the previous arc. He can manifest wings on his back, create multiples of them, and even attack with these wings or launch feathers as projectiles. All of these techniques fall under Curtin's angelic force control. And again, maybe there are more. However, what Curtin gave Jiwoo is just a fraction of the angelic force control. Curtin has these techniques maxed out to their highest level. I don't know if that's true. In an extreme, fully mastered state, the portion he gave Jiwoo is limited to self-healing only. Specifically, it allows Jiwoo to heal faster, but at a level appropriate for a young boy like him. Curtin couldn't give Jiwoo the entire of his self-healing ability because Jiwoo wouldn't be able to handle it. As Curtin explained, Chapter 229, a power greater than what you can handle could ruin you. Curtin adjusts the portion perfectly to match Jiwoo's capacity, ensuring it wouldn't overwhelm him. So you can imagine that what Curtin gave him is an infinitesimal fraction compared to the vast amount of technique and their advanced levels that Curtin possesses. The same logic applies to Pluton. Pluton, as we've seen, has immense physical properties that amplify his abilities. Bro, he's got the muscles. Yes. Including his yellow aura. But just like Curtin, Pluton only gave Jiwoo a portion of his abilities. In this case, it was the body enhancement ability, and only a small scale. If Pluton had transferred the entirety of his body enhancement power, one among many he possesses with his force control, Jiwoo wouldn't be able to survive. but he was able to survive all of Caden's force control, even though Caden's the strongest. Come on, man. Pluton adapted the power to suit Jiwoo's body. Remember, Pluton's physical capabilities are incomparably superior. He has the best body for defense, surpassing everyone in terms of durability. Jiwoo, whose body is immensely weak in comparison, received an appropriate scale down version of his ability to ensure it wouldn't harm him. I agree with what you're saying, Zaith. I do. But what about Caden's force control? How was he able to handle all of Caden's force control on top of his own? Do you see what I mean? So that in itself kind of puts a bit of a motherfucking redcon in there based on what you said. So we'll see how that goes. Nano Machine is the perfect to replace Northern Blade. Oh shit. Thanks, Zaith. Yo, I didn't know. You read Northern Blade, Zaith? Damn. Terran. Oh shit. Love, bro. Hope you feel better. Oh, respect. I gotta say, the story is good as hell. The way Caden is low-key daddy vibes and Jiwoo is the underdog rising to the top. His friends help him grow, but I stand on him being close to top 50 if he's not already top 100. Yo, I ran out of space and I had to splice these two videos together. But yo, for Terrana's comment, Jiwoo's definitely already in the top 100. He's probably on the low end of top 100 because don't forget, Kirkpatrick's kid or grandson was not in the top 100. It's actually confirmed a couple times because we're trying to scale Jiwoo. So Jiwoo's close to top 100. If obviously he keeps training with Pluton, he'll get in the top 100. It feels like we're looking down on the top 100 already because Jiwoo is already being scaled to be stronger than the top 100. But it's crazy because now you're like, who'd win? Like if Jiwoo gets in the top 100, Inyuk and you know, like Nuna's right hand and left hand man, they're still gonna be stronger than Jiwoo because they're in the top 100 but way higher, right? So it's weird because Jiwoo's getting in the top 100 really soon, but he's got the Pluton and the curtain force control to make up for that. So it kind of makes up for his age, not bullshitting. So shout out Terrana for coming out. My first comment isn't speculation. It's confirmed. Chapter 146, 148. This is Zaith. I mean, Zaith, bro, listen. Your comments sometimes are so compelling that they look like speculation, bro. Like, you go hard, okay? You go hard. So maybe it's not speculation, but hopefully it's not because you always give me good evidence, but sometimes you go way too hard. So, 3 comments left from Zaith. The percentage I give you is an exaggeration, but it illustrates the points, right? So there you go. There was an exaggeration. In the entire world, meaning the world they live in, there are 8 billion. Again, you can't use human logic for a webtoon. You feel me? You can't use that. You can't think that the author is going to use our world numbers. And you actually called out Sunday for the same shit. So you can't do that. You can't do that. So, okay, and only 10 of them are part of the top 100. So this is strongly supported by my percentage. Ooh, I just bit my tongue. Out of the 8 billion people, you are among the 10 strongest in the world. Ji Young has the potential to become top 10. That's why it explained it like that. It's not even 1% of the population of SAS. What's SAS? Saskatchewan? It's more like 0.00 something. I don't even know how much. Right, so, I mean, Nuna has potential, but again, there is a bit of an issue because Korea is clearly the bias in this shonen. We don't know about the potential about other people in the world. So we don't know, right? Clearly Nuna has the potential to be top 10, but what about Jiwoo? He clearly has the potential too, right? There has to be other people, right? And that's the reason why we even have the next generation. It's for that same reason. Second last comment, Zaith again. All my statements about the reasons why Korea hid in their hidden their strength are 100% confirmed in the story. Chapter 146, 148. Dreads, Dreads, yo, you read that. I said it was confirmed. Why do you say you would like to confirm it in history when I just told you it was confirmed there? It was confirmed there. Only 100% facts here, and I did not speculate about it. Unlike others, my statements are true reasons. Like, my comment is so perfect that it seems like speculation to you. Yes, sometimes, bro. But think about it. It's that perfect. It's because it's been confirmed in history. I'm not trying to make up stuff here and there. For it to be so true, so perfect, coherent, well structured, clear, and logical, it's because it has been confirmed. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been possible. This is nonsense. You said you want to see this come from history, but it's from history. It's from the webtoon, and the sites confirmed it, and it was said. I've reformulated it as clear as possible for you to understand, but it was said. Damn, chapters 146, 148. Please, I told you that too. How come you remember almost everything, but not the most important thing? Bro, please, Zaith. But not the most important thing, which is the source. Like, you skipped the source. It's not like I didn't give you the source. You read them. How could you not remember? And something so important, I told you, it's not speculation, it's confirmed. Okay, so Zaith is going off because he thinks I called him out saying that what he said was speculation. But it could be true. It could be true. And let me try and remember, what was I saying again? This was about the top 100, and obviously, there was a lot of top 100 stuff. So it's in the last discussion. Check it out. And last comment from Zaith. Once again, it's confirmed. Oh, last comment, bro. It's confirmed in the story. And you've forgotten again. The governors of this world are the top 10. That means there's no one above them in the food chain. They control everything below them. You have politicians, presidents, and prestigious families with power, but the top 10, like them, they have the power. However, the top 10 have both the power and the ability to destroy. A top 10 can ruin and destroy a nation with a snap of their finger if they want. Yes, that's why you're untouched when you're a disciple of a top 10 or even a top 10 yourself. Once again, you've forgotten, and what I'm saying here is 100% true. Chapter 220 confirmed the top 10 are the governor of this world. It's also confirmed in chapter 300. They are clearly the masters of this world. So, I believe it was Angus, maybe, or something. We were talking about how there's some prestigious families that have sauce but no power, right? They just have prestige. So Zaith is confirming that there's no such thing. It's the top 10s. They are the people that actually have the power, and they're the ones that actually direct the presidents and the governors with their influence. That's the reason why Blues is talking about Gastella and how she has no influence. So it could be that. It definitely could be that, which would be crazy because 10 people run the world, basically. 10, right? And we basically already met most of them. So who's the last one, right? So it'd be dope. It'd be dope to see who the last one is, but obviously it's the person that jumped Kaden at the beginning of the story, so it's definitely not someone from Africa. I'll tell you that right now, right? I caught up on the comments. Zaith, I appreciate you. Tarina, thanks for coming out. Madlips, obviously we had lots of good times. I'll see you guys for the PowerPoint, right? And then I'll do the live reaction right after. So until I see you guys next time, I appreciate you as always. One time.